You are watching Unboxing Things, a show where we unbox your favorite e-commerce brands and we break down what makes their unboxing of their packaging so magical. How do they do it? I'm Jessie Janae, co-founder of Lumi, and I'm going to tell you what's involved. I smell a delivery coming on. What's at my doorstep? You guys, we have Hungryroot. If you're not familiar, Hungryroot ships healthy groceries to your doorstep so you can make your own meals, snacks, desserts, all from the comfort of your own home. Now, as hungry as I might be, I'm going to do my best to focus on the packaging. What has Hungryroot done to create this experience? What can we learn from the outside of the box? First up, what I love is that there's these beautiful color panels going on 1, 2, 3 sides. On this 4th side, they're using it for a different message on the corrugate surface. Hungryroot is using an RSC style box. I can see on the top that the folds flap and meet in the middle. The folds flap, the flaps fold. That's a tongue twister. They meet in the middle, and then there's a clear piece of tape that's used to actually make the box close. You'll notice for an RSC, there's tape on the top, and there's always tape on the bottom as well, because both flaps need to be completely sealed to hold the box in place. Look I uncovered a secret message. Uh-oh, I'm upside down. Could you flip me back? Thank you. I love a good box message where the box speaks to me, not just to my soul, but directly to me through copy, because this is serving a lot of purposes. 1, it's really humorous and cute, but 2, very functional. So this kind of messaging is great because obviously, you want your groceries to be right side up. Maybe things could leak or get squashed. It's probably packed in a specific way. So it's a great way of the brand calling out exactly how to treat the box to make sure it arrives safe. Also, it calls out another really important thing here, fresh food inside. They are not mincing words. This is important to know. There's fresh food inside. You gotta get this into a refrigerator. It's a good call out warning to anyone who sees this box on their doorstep. And then of course, the actual graphic itself. This is a 2-color graphic printed right onto the panel of this corrugate box. This is a direct print, so using flexography as a process, like a big rubber stamp, this is put on in 2 coats of ink, boom, boom. Most likely the orange is put on first as the lighter color, and then the purple on top. You've got this actual logo in purple, and then of course this symbol that says up, reminding you again that this surface of the box is meant to be up. A 2-color print, there's no other colors on the outside of this box. You'll notice if you lift this box, it is heavy. So you can't change the weight of groceries. They weigh what they weigh. So as a brand, Hungryroot needs to think through how to make sure they arrive safely. So this is probably using a fairly sturdy board of corrugate, fairly sturdy type of corrugate. We'll actually be able to measure it with our flute identifier once we open the box. And there's more messaging inside. This is fun. Right when I open the box, it tells me to recycle. I love that. I love a graphic call out to remind me that this corrugate box can just be thrown into my blue bin. They even send you to hungryroot.com/recycle. That is a really great way of reminding your customers exactly how to recycle your packaging. Give them instruction. Don't leave it to chance. What's the point of having packaging you can recycle if no one does it? I can also tell right off the bat that this craft paper is also recyclable along with the paper of the box. So they're doing a good job of having components you can recycle right out the gate. It also says healthy is personal, more brand messaging, which is really fun. I'm gonna start taking things out of the box. Craft paper, love it. Collateral sleeve that is nice and finished. Kind of feels waxy, but I think it might be some sort of coating, potentially UV coating. This probably makes it impenetrable to moisture, which depending on what's in the box might be really important. If you have a high moisture content grocery, potentially if this is just paper, it might get soggy or wrinkly. So you have to think as a brand of what is going in the box. Is there a moisture problem before picking materials? This says it's made from a 100% recycled paperboard, which is also cool, and has a Recycle Me symbol. Inside, whoa, inside I have my kitchen companion, which tells me how to use and cook the things that I have received. And then it also has an actual packing list. of all the things I received, so I know exactly what to look for in the box. Whoa, almost missed something critical. On the back of this pamphlet is something really cool that I don't see very often. How to recycle your packaging. It has each packaging component listed out. Box, food protector, ice packs, brown paper cooler, silver bubble mailer, fluffy cooler. And it breaks down for you exactly what to do with each component. A lot of brands are putting great effort into making their packaging more sustainable. But unfortunately, unless you communicate it really well around what to do with that packaging, sometimes those efforts are lost on customers, or worse, they're just not acted upon. They don't actually take the step of recycling it, etc. With my handy dandy list of packaging, let's keep digging in. So I am gonna take out some of the groceries that I received. Wow, can we eat this? I'm not even joking. Oh my God. Oh my God. My happiness levels are increasing. Let's just pause for a second to look at this packaging. All right, I apologize for that detour. The next thing I encounter is actually a piece of insulation. And the insulation is Climacell. It is actually paper on the outside. It has an insulation material on the inside. We'll look at that once I empty the box. I'm just gonna empty the box. I'm getting hungry, people. I'm gonna finish emptying the box. I encounter a divider. This divider is just a piece of corrugate with little holes. The holes are meant to actually let the cool from the ice packs and from the other layer of food float up into the second layer. That can just be recycled as well. That's all the food. At the bottom, what I find is ice packs. So we've got a good old Nordic ice situation. If you're not familiar with Nordic ice, it's a classic ice pack used in e-commerce. It is a gel pack. So this is long lasting and reusable, it says. You can actually keep these ice packs and reuse them. This is a great way for an e-commerce brand to give you something that technically you don't have to throw away right away. But if you get these packages once a week or every couple weeks, you probably end up filling up your freezer. So you will end up wanting to dispose of some of them. And coming back to our little instruction, ice pack, freeze and reuse. But if you'd like to, just cut a corner, discard the non-toxic water-soluble gel in the trash, and recycle the number 4 plastic. Unfortunately, the gel cannot go into your sink. Do not put it down your sink. You can actually throw out the gel and then recycle the outer bag. So something is better than nothing. Please do that. If I remove the ice packs, I can get to the bottom of my insulation. You can see here that the insulation is perfectly sized for the box. And when I take it out, you'll notice that it's actually multiple pieces. Something you'll notice is that this is a U shape. This kind of wrapped around here to create 3 sides of the insulation. And then when I take this out, this is also a U shape and it creates the other side. It's a classic UU situation where all the sides are covered, 2 different U's, double U. What's so great about a double U insulation approach? Well, both of these insulations are flat. So they can actually go on a pallet flat. Because one of the problems with insulation and shipping and fulfillment is how bulky it is. So this is a big piece of material. There's only so many of these pieces of material that fit on each pallet. And then when you put it in the box, it takes up a lot of space in the box. Space in shipping and fulfillment is money. It's also emissions. Great news though, even though this does take up space, this insulation that's covered in paper is recyclable. If I open the edge, I'll see that we've got this interior here, this kind of starchy substance is made of bio-based materials and paper-based materials. It can be recycled right alongside the paper into your blue bin. Put them with our box. Let's come back to the fluting. I'm gonna use my flute identifier to actually see what we're working with here. This is a C flute. C flute is thicker and has less flutes per inch than a B flute. It's a little bit, again, kind of weightier. So it's a very high quality board, a bit thicker than normal, and that's what gives it such rigidity. If I look at the BMC, I can see that this is single wall, which you can already tell, meaning it's not 2 pieces of corrugate bonded together, and it has an edge crush test, ECT, of 44 pounds per inch. A normal corrugate, quote unquote normal, might be B flute and 32 ECT. So this is a slightly upgraded box for strength because of all those heavy groceries that we already mentioned. Hungryroot ships a lot of different types of food. And so I can tell they're using a clever technique here to make sure they don't have packaging waste. These clear plastic containers could contain almost any type of food. And then Hungryroot is applying an information label here with really nice color and printing that is probably variable. Maybe they print them on site in their fulfillment center, or maybe they order the labels printed on rolls. Either way, they only need to order as many labels as they need for each pack out, which I'm sure changes on each shipment cycle. And that way they don't have to invest in branded containers themselves that they might risk having to throw away. Another thing I love about Hungryroot's approach is that Hungryroot has a hungryroot.com/packaging page. This is a campaign that we've run at Limmy to actually encourage brands to publish all their packaging information at /packaging, and Hungryroot has been doing an amazing job. So I want to call them out for that, and also it's a great place to go learn about their packaging. If you want to check out other brands who are doing amazing /packaging pages, go visit /packaging.org. On that note, I think it's time for candy and also to roll in the recap. Hungryroot is doing a bang-up job on their packaging, but let's draw attention to a few key points. Hungryroot packaging is informative. The way that they break down how to recycle every single component, their /packaging page, they're really communicating great information. Also, they're being incredibly transparent. It's not just what they're sharing about their packaging, but it's also kind of admitting that some things might still be being worked on. For instance, on the pack slip, they say, "You'll start to see shelf-stable items separated from chilled items soon. It helps us reduce ice, shipping weight, and our carbon footprint." How cool. But they're talking about something they're gonna start doing soon. They're letting you know they haven't figured it all out yet. And third, they're smart. What do I mean by that? I mean that I can tell that they're investing exactly where it matters. They're not kind of making this sheet extra fancy or using thick cardstock for this item and packing slip, but they're investing into C-flute corrugate, really nice recyclable insulation. They're spending exactly where it matters. This has been Hungryroot Unboxed.